In this video, I'm going to mention about a color palette editor, which is to me it's brand new, so it might that's what it might be. I get an email called Web Designer News, and this was in it. This is not a free tool, but for a cup of coffee and a biscuit, you can. I think it's $5 for or $4.99 US, which is about $3.75 in the UK. Anyway, this is the website. Okay, it's called Iris Color Palettes Editor. And if you put that into a search engine, you'll not find anything because it's got this strange alpert.alvista.org as the web address. So it doesn't really, even when I put it in, I couldn't find it. Anyway, so I'll put the address in the description. When it's got about how does it work, and it's got a few things here. Roadmap features. It's about exporting palettes to different formats like hex, CSS, and less. SAS or CSS, which is just SAS. Generate pleasing color schemes and harmony and all that. Okay. The roadmap, CSS less again, SAS. And you can, it's for Mac, Linux, which is free. The Windows one, it's got theirs like buy now, and I'll just show you that if I can quote there, $4.99 US. Okay, so anyway, I'll show you the program because I bought it and I thought, well, there's nothing really to lose. As I've mentioned before in some of my videos, that I do have one or two that I use anyway, but this is a little bit of a different take on it and quite an interesting one. I'll just pull up the full screen there. So when you see straight away is, I'm not sure if this is exactly because I've been playing around with it today. So first off, we go to tools. Okay. So this is on the right hand side. So choose a tool, color harmonies, shade tints, colors from image. So you can put up an image, for example. You can just upload, choose an image, and then you can upload. Okay. Palette generator and mixer. Okay, so for example, color harmonies is this. I don't know every single thing about this tool. As I say, I've only had it a day. So anyway, this is just I would imagine just a random thing. Take that down, put another thing up. It's mixer, for example, and you can mix between them. And did I do color harmony? Yes, I did. It's palette generator I need. Okay, so you know, you can generate your palettes and that from that. But this color harmonies one's quite interesting. See, again, it's random. What it's doing there is just taking a hex value, which is what you normally see on a website, that code. The analogs, monochromic. I'll just go in there with the zoom function so you can see better. Hex analogs, monochromatic, split, contemporary, trihard, and tetrad. Okay. On these, I'll just come out of that zoom. So for example, a color that I always like is F90. Okay, oh, that's just a minute. I'll just do that again because my zoom function's one of them. I'll just, oh, there you go. So there's your like orange tints, and this is what would work on a website. And this tool is not just for web designers, but it certainly would make a big help. Graphic designers, UI designers, anything really, and all these would work on a website. The split contemporaries I've mentioned before on my videos. If you've watched them in detail, blue and orange to me on a digital doesn't work. In art it does. For me personally, it doesn't work. Anyway, how we build this is the palette here on the middle of the screen. Color conversions. This is your RGB, your HSL, which is hue, saturation, and all these things. This is your CSS underneath there, and UI color. So basically, a lot of tools you find is RGB now. So you often see in code, for example, many of you using Bootstrap Studio and many watch the videos, usually find that in their default code RGB. So anyway, what you would like to do, so for example, if you have this red color here, so if you can see that, just go in there again, F and 4 zeros, okay, just come out, show you. So that says copied, okay, so you come over here, and this palette on the left hand side, that's all it is, but you can duplicate that. You can edit, or you can add another one. You know, you can add as many as you want down there. Okay. For the first one though, so you put in your number. I'll just check this color conversions because that might be a bit much on the eyes. Anyway, export palette. You can export it as, I forgot about. I should have done this after the color conversion there. Anyway, hex value. Export the palette. Hex value. RGB or SCSS, which is just, as I said before, SAS, which is basically CSS on steroids for those that don't know. Okay, right, the palette. Okay, so I've copied this one here, this 2 F's and 4 zeros. Okay, so just going to put Control V. All right, so there, now you've got this here. So in the palette, you see this yellow line at the top. Okay, the yellow on the left hand side and the yellow in the middle corresponds to each other. Now, how you get more colors, because I was wondering, how do you get more colors? Because on the website here, where's that? Here, the picture shows like there's like 4 or 5 colors in that. And I was thinking, well, I kind of get that, I only get one, but the way to do that is you just plus that there, add color. Okay, so it's quite easy once you get to know how. And I'm not saying this is going to be harmonious, I'm just giving demonstrations of how this is going to work. Okay, so I'm going to go for this color here. Okay, so I'm going to put copied, so it says just click it, copied, come over here, and now the white, which is 6 F's, and the hashtag, that's just default color. So all these have on the left hand side have the white. But anyway, what we're doing now, Control V again, okay, and then it's the green, and that's how you're building your palettes up. So you might only want 2 or 3 colors, like I usually do on websites. I usually only have 3 or 4 colors, and right the way through the thing really. And then again, you want to add. All right, there's another. Again, like I said, it's that by default, it's white by default, but we want to put in, for example, this color at the bottom, and we're going to put that in there. Control V again, and then we're going to just, you can add as many as you want. Okay, so perhaps this one here would be nice to go in there, so you just do that, Control V, and there you go. And I'll just do one more just to make sure that that's gone in really. Yellow type of color, and again Control V. So there's your palette. Okay, so if you want to export that, edit, then you copy, select all, Windows, minimize, you can do that. Just going through a few things there, and I think this is you know, I think that's definitely worth $5 or whatever currency it is in yours. You know, so I think if you could do a lot worse than using this Iris color palette editor. So I thought I'd just bring that to your attention, something very cheap at the moment and brand new. So again, thanks for watching and thanks for listening.